My beautiful sister, as a queen, honey, you aren't even on the same level as clowns and jokers, okay? So how does God's daughters, even God's sons, end up on the same level as clowns and jokers? By settling. My dear, the most dangerous thing you can do for your spiritual evolution is to settle, okay? God has so much more for you than you were willing to agree to by settling to be in the company of clowns and jokers. My dear, you are locked and loaded at the right place at the right time. If you clicked on this video, welcome back to another installment of the Queen Mindset, a short video series here at Healed Woman. My name is Samara Barrett, and I am your host and founder of Healed Woman Ministries, and we are a growing, thriving community of women on fire for two things. One, we are overcoming toxic mindsets as it relates to love and relationships through Christ-centered recovery. And two, we are on fire to becoming women of extraordinary faith, worth, and valor. My dear, if this sounds like you, come on in the room, girlfriend. You're already at the right place at the right time. God led you right to this video. And today, as you saw in the title or in the description box, we're tackling yet another queen mentality, which is queens, we do not entertain clowns or jokers, okay? So if that's you, stay locked and loaded, hun, because we are breaking down things that queens do and do not do in preparation to serve a king, okay? Last week was the first installment of our series where we began talking about how queens and kings, so this series can be for both queens and kings, but we got to stay with the queen mindset here at Healed Woman. We are transitioning from being orphans to queens, okay? From operating in a spirit of lack to operating in a spirit of abundance, my dear, okay? And with that comes some mindset shifts. With that comes some elevation. With that comes some spiritual evolution. And we do not have the time to be settling and eating with people who we are not on their same level, okay? This is not a spirit of arrogance or pride. It is merely acknowledging that we are called to a very distinct life in the kingdom. We are called to a very unique path. And the people, the company that we choose to keep, it is essential that we are able to discern who can be in our inner circle and who needs to be, prayed for and moved on, okay? Who we need to pray and move on, okay? Pray for and move on. So we are breaking down today something that a queen doesn't do and how we can stay away from the settling mindset as it relates to entertaining people who are just not meant to be on our journey. So this is in the spirit of recognizing, it's a nod toward kingdom marriages, toward a very important topic, very relevant topic that has been honestly taking the internet by storm. Honestly, if you've been on YouTube and you happen to be in Christian circles, you realize that kingdom marriages and prophetic marriages and brides and Esther seasons and everything is popping up all over the place. And it's beautiful. It's wonderful. I love it. I've also been spoken to about a kingdom marriage that is promised to me. I've also been fasting and praying and believing bigger for this marriage promise, for this move promise, okay, my dear, for the most unlikely thing that has probably ever happened to any of God's sons and daughters. But there's still work to be done in the preparation. There's still work to be done before you are paired prophetically with your king or queen, which is where Healed Woman comes in, okay? I am going to be, hopefully, being a vessel by saying yes to God, being a vessel to help you prepare for that marriage, to help you prepare for that union, okay? Purposeful partnership is very close to my heart, okay? It's something I'm very passionate about because of my history with relationships, because I used to settle, because I was the type that was, entertaining counterfeits and clowns and jokers, not realizing that I was called to be a queen, to walk into my queen mentality, okay? And so that's why I share with such passion and conviction the things that I want you all to steer clear of so that we do not fall into the same trap sent by the enemy, and so that we're able to really step into these partnerships healed and whole and ready and purposeful and intentional and romantic and ready to live out the life God has called us to as kings and queens, my dear, okay? So if that's you, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up if you'd like to see more content like this, if you're locked and loaded for the Queen Mindset playlist, and if you're ready to rumble about entertaining clowns and jokers, okay? So I'm trying out a new thing where I'm like standing and preaching, because listen, honey, when God calls you to a thing, okay, you got to start preparing for it. So if he's calling me to break out beyond the screen, beyond YouTube one day, to grace stages and to, travel all over the world with this ministry, I say yes. And I'm saying, okay, we're going to start by, standing and preaching the word. Listen, Jesus. Listen, so there's no doubt that the Lord has been speaking to his sons and daughters in this season. And While he is preparing his daughters to become queens, he's absolutely working on his sons to become kings. There's just no way around it. He's going to prepare both of us to be paired prophetically, to be paired purposefully, to be paired intentionally, okay, according to his will. And he is going to bring these marriages together. He's bringing these couples together, okay? And so when he brings you all together, you need to be in a space where you understand that this person is distinct from anyone else in your past. We know that you have probably, transitioning from orphan to queen means that you've had some scarcity mindsets, you've had some lust mindsets, you've had some broken ideals and unhealthy attachments in your past that the Lord had to free you from so that you could even walk in all that he has for you as a queen, so that you could even embody the queen mentality and the queen mindset. Okay, my dear? And these are things that you need to understand going into these relationships, okay? Going into these partnerships. You can't act the same way that you used to when you were an orphan, okay? This is new. This is the new he's been promising in Isaiah 43, 18 and 19. Forget the former, focus on the future, honey, okay? Do you not perceive it? New streams are popping up in the desert. He's making a way in the wilderness, okay, my dear? Some of us literally, this marriage will be our way in the wilderness. Some of us literally have been depending on this as our next season, as launching into the next season of our lives. And it's important that we prepare and that we remain in position for this promise, okay, my dear? So with that said, we got to attack the clown mentality, okay? A clown is really a counterfeit with a crown. Whew, messed that up. A clown or a joker is really a counterfeit with a crown, okay? This person is sent to deceive you. This person is meant to distract you. This person is not your purpose partner. This person is not meant to be in your life long term. They are merely a lesson. You know how they say some people are in your life for a reason, for a season, and then forever? Like there's three distinct, types of people in your life. I absolutely believe that. Some people really are seasonal. Some people really are meant to just be in our life for a season, to teach us something, to reveal something about ourselves to us, to reveal something about, a crack or something missing, in our development, in our evolution. But we are not meant to partner with these people long term. We are not meant to enter into a spiritual union, a spiritual partnership with these people, okay, my dear? Which is why it's so important that you are able to discern the type of company you need to keep, the type of company you need to be selective. Selective, my dear. I knew we kind of hit the ground running, but I am fired up and ready to go. You need to hit the ground running. Not you need to hit the ground running, but we need to be armed and ready to discern the clowns from the jokers, from the counterfeits, from the God sense. Okay, my dear? A queen. The only way that you will ever end up at a table with people called to a different life than you is when you settle. You are royalty. Okay, God's children, we are royalty in the spirit. Like, how do I convey this message to you? Not in a condescending way, not for you to walk around condescending, but for you to understand just how precious you are, how valuable you are in the kingdom, okay? Heaven rejoices when one sheep returns to the 99, okay? The 99, they're fine. They're in a herd, they are huddled up, they are provided for, and they are safe. But the one who dares to be found, the one who returns, the one who realizes I am better off in the hands of my shepherd than anywhere else, heaven rejoices. Heaven rejoices for the one, and that's you, my dear, coming back from that prodigal lifestyle. I see you allowing yourself to be elevated, from orphan to queen. I see you, sis. That is no easy feat, which is why we have to acknowledge that once you are elevated, once you are elevated out of that mindset, you cannot entertain people like that anymore, okay, my dear? You cannot entertain people who are dangerous to your evolution, people who prohibit you from evolving and who do not push you into your next season. You cannot entertain people who are stuck at the same level year after year. I mean, you go back to the same people, they're still in the same place, they still live in the same lifestyle, they're still cutting up, they're still not committed to, they're still lukewarm. You see people, we are called to a life of evolution, not just as queens, as humans, okay? We're constantly changing, evolving. Things are constantly in motion in our lives, in our spirits. And if you are around the same people, or if you're around people who their lives literally look the same in and out of season, they haven't evolved, they haven't changed, they haven't grown, they haven't matured, that person is not on the same evolution as you are. They're not on the same evolution path as you are, my dear. And you need to be able to discern that and say, hey, I can't, my circle doesn't inspire me. I need to be more selective with who I allow into my inner circle, because if you believe this ideology, I am a sum total of the 5 closest people to me. And if they are not God-fearing, about their Father's business, kingdom-minded, purpose-driven people, purposeful, intentional, motivated, goal-oriented people, honey, your circle may be dragging you further back into that orphan mindset that you are fighting to escape, fighting to get out of, okay? And it's so important that you all understand that the importance of being selective with who you give your energy to, who you give advice to, who you allow to pour into you in that way, okay? I mean, my goodness, I just can't stress. Personal example, I used to entertain clowns and counterfeits. I really had no barometer, had no way of discerning, okay? My fruit inspection barometer was off. I had no way of inspecting people's fruit because I didn't have any fruit pruned in me. See, real recognize real, honey. Real recognize real. If you have fruit pruned in you, if you're a patient person, you can identify patience in someone. If you're a long-suffering person, you've had long-suffering pruned in you, you can identify when someone's been waiting long and waiting strong, okay, my dear? If you understand these principles, you can identify them. And I didn't have those pruned in me, and I wasn't able to identify them, so I just said yes to whoever came along my path. And that was detrimental. They dragged me further back into the orphan mindset that God was trying to free me from, which is why I need you all to understand that you are not called to that same life anymore. You are called out of it. You're called out of it, my dear. And now is the time more than ever to not be a woman of lazy faith. That's something we've talked about on this channel. It is not the time to be on cruise control right now. There is so much to do in the kingdom like never before. And now is the time to literally get on your face, get on your knees, ask the Holy Spirit what he wants you to do and start doing it, okay? Start building. We're building arcs out here, honey. We're building arcs when there was no concept of rain. The Lord is asking us to do things that we have never done before, but that's okay because he's about to shut the ark and the floods are going to come up and the rains are going to come down and you're going to be safe inside 2 by 2, okay? Paired up, booed up, cuffed up, okay? You're going to be with the purpose partner. You're going to be in that career. You're going to be in that new location he's promised you, safe from the flood. But now is the time to step into that, my dear, okay? So that really is like a prelude to like the queen mentality of understanding the importance of not entertaining jokers and clowns, because it's just so detrimental to your evolution in general, okay? The Bible is very clear, crystal clear about the type of company we keep. Proverbs is rife with examples of folly and foolishness and things that fools do and how not to keep the company of fools, okay, my dear? It is so important that you pore over those verses, okay, that you commit them to memory, that you understand just how abhorrent, how much the Lord really hates fools and foolish behavior and ignorant people, okay, my dear? Not to say that he cannot save them, okay? We're not here to condemn, we're here to convict, okay? I'm not here to condemn anyone. I'm here to convict you out of that lifestyle, out of that company, okay, out of that mindset, and help you elevate, okay, empower you, okay, uplift you, inspire you, okay? I need you all to see that that is exactly what the Bible advocates for as well, okay? We do not look down on people as women of faith, okay? As a woman of faith, we're not looking down on people, but we realize that we need to be selective with the type of people that we entertain, okay? God was found amongst the crowds of the most unlikely people. I mean, taxpayers and I want to say Pharisees and scribes and all these sort of people, but he was also, like religious heads, okay? He was found amongst religious heads, but he was also found amongst like the underdogs, okay? He was found preaching to whoever would listen, whoever believed, okay? He was in and amongst the people. He didn't come to just preach to the saved. He came to preach to the brokenhearted, okay? To those crushed in spirit. He came to preach the gospel to the sick, not the healed. So as a queen, if you are called to serve in the kingdom, you will absolutely be called to a certain group of people to heal them, to call them out of whatever life they're living in, to set captives free. Come on, we know this. But it does not mean that those are the people that are going to pour into you. It does not mean that those are the people that you surround yourself with on a personal, intimate level, okay? Especially in relationships. Here at Healed Woman, we are all about cultivating God-honoring, God-fearing, God-ordained relationships in our life, my dear, okay? And by entertaining people that really need, to be saved by Jesus before they can even come into our sphere, we run the risk of exposing ourselves to people who we were never meant to build with, okay? Do you all understand that? There's a difference between helping someone as a part of your ministry or as a part of your business, or serving them as a client, or praying for them in the church circles, or you know, however you conduct your business, and then letting them in as a friend or as a peer, or as a mentor, or as a purpose partner. So clowns and jokers aren't necessarily harmful. They don't have ulterior motives, okay? They're not essentially malicious. Counterfeits, yes, all of the above. Counterfeits are purposefully sent to distract you. But clowns and jokers are just kind of people who are just kind of in the background in your life, taking up space, not really contributing to your life in a positive way. They do not contribute to your evolution. So by default, they are, you know, subtracting from your evolution, okay, detracting from your ability to evolve. And those are the people you got to look out for. You got to do a clean sweep, okay? They might need to clean out some nooks and crannies in your friendships, in your relationships, okay? Even in your business partnerships, my dear, okay? So I really want you all to consider these things and mull over them, about how as you elevate, not everyone's going to elevate with you, honey. Not everyone's meant to elevate in the same pace, time, season as you. And you've got to be okay with that. You've got to be okay elevating ahead of some people, leaving some people in your past, leaving some people at a lower level. Because to elevate, you're going to have to drop some weight, like physical weight of people holding you back, of people holding you down, of people holding you from your best life. To elevate, you got to drop some weight, honey. That's a word, okay? That is a whole word. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Not everyone is meant to elevate with you. So you need to be able to discern who can level up with me and who is leveling out at this level. Who is about to level up with me and who has maxed out, you know, their evolution in my life. Okay, my dear? Clowns and kings draw a crowd, okay? I need y'all to know both a clown and a king will draw a crowd. But which one are you, okay? Which one in terms of a clown or a queen or a king, okay? Royalty and tomfoolery, okay? Royalty and tomfoolery will draw a crowd, okay? People will come to see both. People will pay money to see tomfoolery. People will pay money to see a king and a queen. Which one are you, and which one are you entertaining, okay? One is worth so much more than the other. An evening with a king or a queen is worth so much more, both financially and entertainment wise, in terms of being in the presence of a king or a queen, is worth so much more than watching a clown bounce about, you know, foolishly or aimlessly. And which one will you entertain? Which one will you pay to access, okay? Which one deserves, you know, deserves the access to you, okay, my dear? They will both draw a crowd, but which one will you entertain, my dear, okay? There's a higher fee to be in the presence of a king. So the same goes for women, okay? There's the highly desirable woman of the world, the one who people will pay to see, pay to be in their presence, you know, pay to be around, who is, you know, she has lack for nothing in that sense, okay? In terms of attention, people who desire fans, you know, fans and followers. But then there's the queen, okay? There's the queen. She is the woman of God. She is a woman of faith. She is highly praised and admired in her circles, okay? She is a distinct woman, okay? She is about her father's business, also has lack for nothing in a very distinct way. And people, different types of people, of course, appreciate those two types of women in different ways. But which one do you value and do you desire to embody, my dear, okay? Are you the woman of the world, or are you the woman of God, okay? And what type of crowd are you attracting in your behavior, in your mindset, in your company, okay, my dear? This all goes along with the concept of entertaining clowns, entertaining people, places, ideas, business proposals that literally do not align with the queen that you are becoming. That's essentially what I'm saying here. And I really hope you all understand how selective, how important it is to be selective and prudent with your energy, your time, your investments, okay? Your money, I mean, your resources, okay? Your attention. It is so important, okay, my dear? So can we talk about attraction really quick as well while we're on the subject of relationships and clowns and jokers? My goodness. Some of y'all are entertaining people that you're not even remotely attracted to. And that baffles me because, honey, that used to be me, okay? I used to entertain people I wasn't even remotely attracted to. Why? One, I didn't know my worth. And I thought if they could see my worth, maybe I could see my worth somehow, intrinsically, vicariously through them. Some of you all are entertaining people that you're not even attracted to, hoping that they will somehow wake up one day and see your worth, and that will help you see your worth as well, and that they'll see the queen in you, and you'll see the queen in you, and everything will fall into place. It doesn't work like that, my dear, okay? You are literally filling a void in your life by entertaining, attracting, or even, even giving your attention to someone who, one, isn't physically attractive, two, is probably not spiritually aligned, let's be honest, and who does not fit into your life. You're literally entertaining a clown, entertaining someone who you can't see a future with, okay, my dear? Queens think long term. Queens are about the long term, okay, the long haul. We have tunnel vision for our goals, our visions, our dreams, okay? We do not have time to be a woman of the night. We do not have the intention or desire to be a woman of the night. And so we do not treat people accordingly. And so we do not treat people like that either, okay? If we're about the long haul, we're looking for someone who can be in the trenches with us, be in the long haul with us, okay? We're not attracting people who we're not even attracted to, or we're not entertaining people who we're not even attracted to. We're about, is this person down for the long haul? Okay, can I grow with this person, okay? Can I evolve with this person? Do I even find pleasure in their company, okay? And this isn't even talking about the physical. This is all spiritual. We haven't even started talking about the physical for real. Are we well suited, okay? These are all things you think about when you're considering, who am I going to entertain as a queen? Who am I going to let into my inner gates, okay? And this attraction thing where we're even talking to counterfeits and talking to people who aren't even like remotely attractive, not just physically, but in our lives. I don't even want to name any scenarios because that's just, I don't know, that kind of boxes people in, okay? But look at your life circumstance. Is your life circumstance attractive? Okay, yes, we know we're leveling up first mentally in the spiritual mindset, but there has to be something attractive about your life as well, okay? There's something about clowns and jokers that it just ain't attractive. It's just not attractive, okay? I mean, we're talking about men who are not financially stable. We're talking about men in terms of clowns and jokers and counterfeits. This man is not financially stable. He is probably not physically fit or, investing in his physical health. He is, doesn't take intellectual growth seriously. He's not a well-read man, not a well-traveled man. The same can go for women as well. You don't invest in your physique. You do not keep up your health. Okay, you are not invested in growing, educationally, professionally. You do not invest in yourself. Is your life even attractive, my dear? And is the man that you are even considering to, walk this life with you, to partner with you in this life, is his life attractive? So when I say you're entertaining people that aren't even attractive, yeah, it's physical, but it's so much more than that, my dear. And there's nothing more unattractive than someone who has nothing going on in their lives. Someone who has nothing going for them. Someone who has no ambition, no drive, no motivation. You don't have a vision for your life. You don't have a goal, like a singular goal. You don't have a singular goal. Like the Lord didn't speak to you about a singular goal. You don't have not one thing you want to accomplish in this life. That's a joker, honey. That's a joker. That's someone who is not on your same level, okay? And these are just, broad examples. Again, we are not condemning. We're convicting. We expect more of the people around us. Hence, we have to be, we have to become the thing that we expect. If we expect people of a certain caliber, we have to become that caliber first. And then we can attract those who are walking in that same path with that same vision and focus and drive. Okay, my dear, so I want to give you all something to consider. Maybe you haven't met your king yet, or maybe you haven't stepped fully into your queen mindset because you're too busy entertaining jokers, okay? You're still too busy, still too caught up using these lists. I keep telling y'all, drop the list, sis. Drop the list. It will change your life. Stop boxing God into what you want in a man, what you want in a partner, and say, Lord, have your way, have your will. Partner me with whoever is most suitable for my purpose. Introduce me to my purpose and let me partner with someone who can complement that, someone who understands the vision, someone who understands the hustle, someone who understands the sacrificial life associated with pursuing purpose, someone who understands purpose is priority, okay? partner me with someone like that, a man after your own heart, a woman after your own heart. Like, I ain't got time for anything else. Literally, that's my declaration. Literally a year ago when I finally dropped my own list and I said, Lord, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore, Lord. You are the matchmaker. You got this. I keep messing it up. I'm a queen now, okay? I'm stepping into a whole new mindset. I need you to help me discern between these clowns and jokers. And he said, okay, my daughter, drop the list. Get rid of the list. And I promise you I'll partner you with someone better than you could ever imagine or write down. Seriously. And that's where my prophetic marriage was born. One day I will record a backstory of how my whole prophetic marriage story came to life and how everything came together divinely in God's divine timing. But for now, that's just a little snippet of how it all started. Drop the list, my dear. Stop entertaining clowns and jokers in this season. Realize your worth. Allow the Lord to speak to you about who you are, who he created you to be as his precious daughter, worth more than fine gemstones and diamonds and rubies, okay? You're so precious. You're priceless. You are so valuable. There's just no price to put on your life. And if you do not understand that about you, you will never entertain people who do. And that's something to consider, my dear, okay? Queens do not have time to entertain clowns. Professionally, personally, romantically. That's not our life. We are not about that life. Okay, my dear? I pray this message blessed you. I pray that you were able to glean something new, to take away something new, to be inspired, to drop the list, to drop the counterfeits, to drop the weight so you can elevate. Okay, my dear? With that said, I'm always praying for you. I'm praying for you to be able to step into that queen mindset like never before and inspire the other women around you to do the same. So with that said, I will see you on the other side of healing, my dear. So stay blessed.